Arts and Entertainment on WMAY, and it is the State of the Arts segment that we do where we talk about the arts going on in the community and, of course, around the world. And I am joined once again with Gus Gordon. How are you doing, Gus?
Kevin, I am great. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. We have a lot of things going on this weekend. In particular, we have one show that is opening tonight, and that is Santa's Workshop's Got Talent. That is going to be premiering through Showtix for You. It is virtually. That's the cast right there. They all did a sort of a cast picture, all of them together on Zoom there. So,
right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Those are some talented young people, and that's going to be a really fun show. Especially for the kids in your house. They will especially get a kick out of it, but talented youngsters, and I really look forward to seeing this one.
Me too. They have the orchestra. They are accompanied by the symphony orchestra, did the score for it as well. So that's really interesting. They're
Illinois Symphony Youth Orchestra.
Youth Orchestra, yes.
So this is a young person show through and through. And Cynthia Higginson and Sean Smith put it together for Springfield Theater Center. So it should be a great deal of fun.
I think so, too. And it's going to be great to see. That is tonight. I'm going to be talking with Sean Smith a little later. But we had their show, their school show a couple of days ago where they all normally, and I was in a show a while back, the Misadventures of Mr. Toad. And
were you Mr. Toad?
No, I wasn't. I was the car salesman. I'm sure that's not surprising. But we did this show where all the kids who are in the show, of course, get school off and they get to perform for the other kids who get to come as the field trip and they get to watch the show. They did that with a discounted sort of fee that you could do, because I think it was about $20, and the schools, their entire classrooms, are pretty much, if they had the code, I guess the entire school could watch the show. And so that was a really cool thing. They were still keeping that going for the kiddos there. And that's really great. Because that was always such a fun time. It was exciting if you were in the show to be there. But then, of course, everybody loves leaving school for a field trip, but then you get to see, some of your friends are in it. That was always fun to do. So that they already had that. They're premiering the show tonight, and that is another show you'll be able to rent and watch pretty much any time after the premiere if you get the ticket, and then you're able to watch the show.
It's always
but it always is, though. Yes, yeah. It really is. Because because you want that feeling like when you go see a show live in the theater, and it's you can't say, I'm going to buy the ticket, and even though this show, I'm going to watch it whenever, which is it's very convenient to do now, but it is nice to just say, hey, the premiere is tonight, we're going to go watch it. So that is tonight if you want. But if of course you can't, there is that option that you'll be able to do that. But then also you have a show coming up at the Hoagland Center for the Arts as well. And we talked a bit about it last week, and that is the Christmas Carol, the Zoom production of A Christmas Carol. And there it is right there.
We taped it on Saturday, and then we did a few reshoots. Let's see, Monday night, Tuesday night, I guess. And we put it together. It's scored. We're doing the sound effects tonight. Ryan Mitchley and I are getting here at the Hoagland. We'll both be on other sides of the stage, and we've got a microphone going, and we're going to listen to the recorded program and then add in the appropriate sound effects, and then Ryan will mix that. But it really, I watched a rough cut of it this morning. It's really, I was very pleased with it. Now, it is not a normal show. I will be the first to admit that. But it really was very compelling. We've got some great performers in it. Dennis Rendleman as Scrooge. Pat Foster, you saw in that picture, is Jacob Marley. We also have Lee Steiner and Kevin Ford as the ghost of Christmas past and Christmas present. We have Osmi Vigison, her husband James Daniels, as Bob and Martha Cratchit. We have Willa Daniels, their daughter, as one of the Cratchit kids. Campbell and Cooper Coker are also Cratchit kids. Joe Michael Jackson as Fred. My wife, Claire Gordon, as Dr. Claire Gordon. As,
nice.
As Belle and Fred's wife. We have Cinda Reitzman and I doing some of the character parts along with Brett Rutherford. Charlie Holtzmacher is playing not only Jack Frost in Santa's Workshop Got Talent, but also he's playing Tiny Tim for us. So it's just a really
Nice.
fun group of people. Many of us are playing multiple roles because we had to limit it with StreamYard, what you and I are using right now, and what we did with that. You have to limit it to 10 people. So we had to cast some families together so they could share the screen.
Right.
It really exceeded my expectations. I was very, very pleased with it. And I hope the audiences enjoy it. It'll be available Sunday night at 7 o'clock is our premiere. And we'll be running that so that people can buy their ticket on Show Tix for You. They can tune in at 7 o'clock, watch it as it's happening. And then on the next day, the 21st, they will be able to watch it whenever. It'll be available video on demand through January 1st, so just for a week and a half or so. But it'll be a great opportunity to see one of the holiday classics done in a way that I have never seen it done before.
Yeah, me neither.
Like you're seeing right now on the screen. It's but there are costumes, there are some special effects. Brett Rutherford, in addition to being a great actor and voice actor, he's also very good with some of the animations and visual effects, so he helped us out with that. Ryan Mitchley's just a video genius. He's worked on a lot of films, including the very popular Sharknado series.
Oh, nice.
And Ryan lives here in Springfield, and he's been a wonderful co-director, partner on this. And I want to thank his wife, Laura, for letting him work so hard on this during the holiday season. They have 2 young daughters, and I know it's been a struggle for her to let Ryan be free to do this. So I appreciate Laura as well as all the other people. Renee Blank did the costumes for us. And
nice.
I hope people will enjoy it. It's so different. I hesitate to say, oh my God, you're going to love it. But I loved it. I really enjoyed it. And I think you will too.
I think so. Yeah. And definitely Ryan, he did the work he did on Dracula, and I was there with him while he was filming, directing it, and when he edited it together. So I know that is going to be great. Excited to see that. And this format, in a Zoom show that a lot of, it's a new thing, and it's a new way of seeing a story that very well. So it'll be interesting to see that, and that'll be available at premieres the 20th, you said? Right.
20th, Sunday night at 7 o'clock. And this is most definitely a hybrid production. It is Reader's Theater, so it's a little deceptive because we have the script right in front of us on the computer screen. So we can be looking at the computer and it looks like we've memorized it until you see our eyes darting around a little bit.
Yep.
There is movement, there is action, there's costuming, so it's not just people reading. And it's not a fully staged show, obviously, but it's a nice hybrid that has a lot more movement to it than you would think for a Zoom production. Right.
Well, that's going to be pretty cool. Yeah. No, I know we're both very similar to reading. So, I assume, a teleprompter sort of reading things, right? News or weather, that sort of thing. So so that's good. That's gonna be really good. And a couple of other productions will be available to stream, are still available to stream, of course. Is the Songs for a New World, I believe, is still able to stream through January. Is that correct?
Right. We have that available through January 8th, I believe.
Nice.
And then Dual Piano Show, which has been so successful, that is going to be running through January 1st as well as Christmas Carol. Mark Gifford and Damian Kaplan are doing a great job. And Damian just called me this morning. Damian and Mark want to do a Facebook Live event on Tuesday night. It'll probably be on the Hoagland Facebook page or Mark Damian. That's their Dual Piano Facebook page. And then they go over to Sacred Heart Griffin, and they're going to do Mark's going to play the grand piano there, and Damian's going to play xylophone, and they're going to do an additional live event to promote the Hoagland. And
all right.
And Mark is such a great guy. He's doing a fundraiser for us on Facebook, and his idea was, he's got a lot of friends and a lot of fans of Dual Piano, and he was asking for 2020 if people would donate $20 to his Facebook fundraising campaign, and it's been just really cool, Kevin, to see people just step up and help out the arts. And I am so deeply appreciative to everyone who has helped the Hoagland. I recently sent out a fundraising letter, and I said that if you had asked me in March if we would be closed through December with no live performances and, very few classes and very few no rentals,
Yeah.
survive. I would have said, no, I'm afraid we couldn't. But
Mm.
we have, and that's been solely because of the people of the community that have supported us with donations, the people who email me and say, hey, Gus, there's this grant available. I don't know if you're aware of it. And many times I am, many times I'm not. And I really appreciate that. So we can apply for different grants. Pardon me, Kevin.
Good.
So we've been blessed. We've been very fortunate. And it's the community that has helped keep the arts alive here at the Hoagland.
Yes, they have. And that is a great reminder that this, especially this holiday season, of course, anytime, but especially this holiday season, supporting the arts, whether you're buying a ticket or you're donating, is a great thing to do, because we will get through this. The vaccine is here in Springfield, not, a whole lot of doses, but it's in here and it's being rolled out. So we'll be back on stage and back in the theater before we know it, but we still need to get there. So it's
the light
one of those
at the end
things.
of the tunnel. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel now. And by the time, they were saying we should be reaching herd immunity by, Dr. Fauci was saying May or June, I believe, with the vaccines getting out there. So we're nearing the end of this. And we need to hold off just a little longer to keep everyone as safe as possible. But things are looking up, and we just have to not drop our guard now to keep safe, because the rest of December will be tough. January will be tough. It's the coldest month of the year, left over from my weatherman days. I know these things. And so we just have to get through that. And I think things will look a lot better. But it's really great to see the symphony and the munis talking about things, and SDC's talking about things and what their projects will be. And, the ballet company and the youth performance group, everyone's thinking about that day when we're able to get back, and it's so close. And of course, UIS Performing Arts Center, they have also been very instrumental in trying to come up with new ways to make the arts happen in Central Illinois. And I think they have an event coming up this weekend as well, don't they, Kevin?
Yes, they do. They have the We Stream a Little Christmas, which is the piano recital. I'm also going to be talking pretty soon with Betsy O'Brien. She's helping coordinate that. That is going to be going on this weekend as well. I believe it's going on the 19th. That is going to be when they're streaming that. The symphony is also putting on their Symphony at 6 series. I believe their last two ones are this Sunday and next Sunday, but those are also going on, that you can watch them streaming through UIS's studio theater streaming service. It's sort of through Vimeo, but it's through their website. You can watch those.
The Hoagland also has something else that came out today, as a matter of fact.
Yes, they did.
Our Seize the Day video series, we had Lexi Tyus singing Let There Be Peace on Earth. It's one of our Christmas episodes. And Lexi's just wonderful. She's such a talented young lady. I was supposed to be working with her this past summer in Ragtime. She was cast as Sarah. And I was cast as the father in that. And I was so disappointed that we weren't able to work together, because she's a very talented and special young lady. And she was very gracious to agree to sing that for us. And we have a couple of more that we're going to run throughout the end of the year. I'll share more information about that. We've got a really special one coming up that we're looking forward to up by the end of the year.
All right. Awesome. Well, be looking forward to it, to see it. That's going to be great. Because that also came out today. So you can find that on YouTube and on the Hoagland's Facebook page. You can find that Seize the Day. I believe it's episode number 13 is the one. All right. And then before we go here, this week, we had to mention it, the world of Broadway and musical theater has lost a legend, and that is choreographer, dancer, actress Anne Reinking. Died at the age of 71. And she was, you've seen her, you've heard her probably, but you've seen her choreography, the recent revival of Chicago, which she also starred in the original revival cast. She helped choreograph. Okay, there she is right there on the right, doing the Hot Honey Rag, the finale of the show with Bebe Neuwirth.
One of the best dance numbers ever. Those two ladies together were masters. Both of them, of course, were Fosse dancers. Bebe Neuwirth was starred in Sweet Charity, and Ann Reinking also starred in Sweet Charity, the revival that Fosse did.
I think they were in the same production.
Yeah. These two ladies are fantastic, and Ann Reinking was just a force of nature, the most graceful dance. Look at that! Look at how
seamless that is.
Rubber. She's just graceful as a swan, and so much fun to watch. And if anyone watched Fosse Verdon,
yes. Oh my God.
She was represented in that show because she was a very important person in Bob Fosse's life and in Gwen Verdon's life, for that matter. It's kind of interesting. I read something the other day that 71 is awfully young to pass on these days, and she passed away in her sleep. And Gwen Verdon, who she frequently worked with and replaced in Chicago, the original cast, died in her sleep as well, and someone pointed that out online.
Well, I guess if you have to, I guess that's a way. Of course we don't want her to, but is you're such a wonderful, immense talent. It was peaceful. It was peaceful. She also, if you saw the original Annie movie, she played Grace Farrell. They added a couple of dance numbers, of course, because she was playing Grace, and so
she was very, very graceful. Look at that.
Just absolutely, yes. And then also in the 90s, opposite Tommy Tune, she was in the revival of Bye Bye Birdie, where she played Rosie, and able to show up there. I mean, there she is dancing there with him. Didn't get a clip of the Shriner Ballet, which she absolutely just is amazing in that as well. But I have a story about this actually. I saw Tommy Tune and Ann Reinking do Bye Bye Birdie at the St. Louis Muni. It was the year that I moved here in 1990. It was one of the first shows I saw down there. And this was the production that kind of inspired the tour that followed. Pardon me. Oh, you're good. It's inspired the tour.
Tour that followed. I keep losing my voice these days.
Hey, that's all right. You're good.
And but there was a light mist falling by this point. But they performed under the stars, Magic Under the Stars. They were absolutely fantastic. And just look at those two in motion together. Just
God.
Great.
Yes. And there they are, just
walking off into the
sunset. Yep. Yes, it is unfortunate. But she lived a wonderful life, did so much for musical theater, and she will be missed. I mean, she was an immense talent
and a great teacher too. She passed on what she learned from Bob Fosse and Michael Bennett and Gower Champion. She just was a champion of all their work and has taught that to a new generation of dancers and students. So a lot to be appreciative for.
Yeah, absolutely. So this weekend we will have the Christmas Carol. That is the 20th. Tonight we have Santa's Workshop's Got Talent that premieres tonight, and then tomorrow you'll be able to watch We Stream a Little Christmas. And while you're at it, if you want, you can head over to Facebook and YouTube, and you'll be able to watch Seize the Day, episode 13. Gus, thank you so much for joining me, and we will do this again soon.
Kevin, thanks a lot.
Thank you. It is Let's Talk Arts and Entertainment on W.